to give admission to you or not. Okay, now what are the points to cover? We have already seen that. Even the steps to write the SOP we have finished. So let me show you one example of that. Now this is one of the sample SOPs. Now can you see on the screen? Can you see this on the screen? Now what's how the way you have started SOP? Is there any letterhead? There is no letterhead because it is personal correspondence. You are writing this letter. One individual is writing this letter. Here, the name of the person and for which course you are applying for, that should be given. क्या लिखना है आपको यहाँ पे? आपको नेम ऑफ द वेट now see, here you can see name of the person, okay, and for which course you are applying. Those details you should give to the right hand corner of your page. कहाँ पे लिखना है? राइट हैंड कॉर्नर में आपको ये डिटेल्स देने हैं. Now see, paragraph wise we will learn what are the things you should include in those different paragraphs. Now what's given in the first paragraph? I desire to pursue a graduate program in blank university because it offers the flexibility desired for a thorough understanding of the vast and rapidly changing field of education. Okay. Now in the first paragraph you are mentioning in which course you are applying and in which university you are applying and why you are applying. So what are the points you need to write here in the first paragraph? Say suppose this is the first paragraph. I will just write down the name instead of writing wasting the time. First paragraph mein what you are mentioning? The course for which you are applying. Okay. In the same paragraph, you are mentioning the name of the university or the institute in which you are applying and why. So why you are applying there? Because it provides a thorough understanding of the changing field of education. That's why I am applying in this university itself. So that should be given in the first paragraph. Now in second paragraph, you should provide your details. Okay, which kind of education you should talk about your earlier education, but that education should be related to the education that you are dealing with. So the earlier education and the experience that you have got should lead or that it's leading to this course. So like that you have to maintain the link between the earlier education and the education or the course you are applying right now. Now I have talked a lot. Let me explain that with this example with the second paragraph. Now my undergraduate syllabi at St. Rodrigues College, a reputed institution in Mumbai, exposed me to a subject entitled Changing Trends in Education and provided me with a good grounding in some of the dynamic changes taking place in the field of education, like new teaching methods, revolutionary models of teaching, changing approaches of education, and so on. I have had the opportunity to present papers in national level seminars on teaching methodology. This has kindled my desire towards innovation and motivated me to involve in research activities. Now this is where he has related. Now see here. Now what he has mentioned, I had completed a course from a Rodrigues College. In that there was a subject, changing trades in education, that has given exposure to me. I came to know about this new field, that these many things are happening in this field. So what are the new trends in the education that I came to know when I studied that course, and because of this whatever I have studied earlier, it generated interest or desire in my mind kindled means kindled kindle मतलब light करना. It generated interest in my mind towards what, किसके तरफ, what I started liking. So I started to think about innovations in the education field. That's how I got motivated to do further research, to get further studies in this field. So whatever earlier education I have got, there were certain subjects. So that subject generated interest in my mind to do further studies. That's why I'm applying, that's why I'm selecting this course. Understood? समझ में आ गया ये कैसे रिलेट करना है आपको? पहले मैंने जो कोर्स किया है, सी when anyone comes in the class, why you all look towards the door? आप लोग डोर को क्यों देखते हो? That distracts me. You all of you have the same habit. When somebody is coming in the class, you look towards the door. Up. Tell that the earlier coursework generated interest in my mind. Suppose right now you all are doing BCom, FY BCom. So in future you might be doing your MCom. There are certain specializations, say in accounts, in finance. So you want to do MBA in that particular course because you have already taken education from this, or you are BCom graduate. So like that you have to relate your earlier education with the current education, that the coursework that you are applying for. Next is, in my final year, I worked on a project titled Tribal Education. The project was selected as the best project in the category Information and Communication Technology for the development of community. It aimed at providing basic education to tribals in selected villages in Santal Paragana in West Bengal. We proposed a novel scheme. So all the details of the project he has given, that he has undergone, he has completed during his undergraduation. वो जब यूजी अंडर ग्रेजुएशन कोर्स कर रहा था उस वक्त उसने एक प्रोजेक्ट किया था. So that project again is related to education, new changes, new trends in education. So that project again generated interest in his mind that I should do. He has selected one area, tribal area and tribal education. So that's why he wanted that what are the new changes taking place in this field, so that I can implement for the society. So whatever project you have done, anything that has laid you, that has made you to take that course, all those details you should provide here in SOP. Okay, why you're writing these things, क्यों लिख रहे हैं ये सभी चीजें वहाँ पे? Why you're mentioning that my earlier coursework generated interest? Why you're writing the project that I have done created interest in my mind to do certain or learn new things in the teaching field? ऐसे क्यों लिख रहे हो? Because you want admission there, first thing. So until and unless the candidate is capable, the candidate is suitable, the people may not ask for the interview. They may not call you for the interview. Okay, so you should justify yourself that I have completed this education, this has generated interest in my mind. I want to know a few things which are not known to me when I was doing that, or which were unknown to me when I was doing that course. So like that you have to add information. Okay, next is your experience. Suppose you have worked somewhere. He has worked in an educational institution. Again, when he was teaching there, he realized that I should get certain further education in this field. So in the third paragraph, he has mentioned his experience. Second and third paragraph deals with his earlier education and the project he has done. Third paragraph, the work experience. So in that field, when he started working, he realized that I should get certain other knowledge which may be useful for me if I'm doing if I'm selecting this as my profession, if I'm doing something new, automatically the results will be good. So if I'm selecting teaching as a profession, I should know these things. What are the new trends, how the education teaching methods are there. So that's why I'm applying for this course, because it will be very useful for me if I again continue my job in the same field. Understood? क्या क्या लिखना है? First you are writing the course. Okay, I'm typing on the screen. First paragraph क्या लिख रहे हो आप? The course you are applying for, university, name of the university or the institution, and why that particular institution. Second paragraph, you state the details of earlier education, any subject that had generated interest in your mind. So you can state my earlier education generated interest in my mind. Next, the third paragraph, again you are stating the details about any project that you have done, and again that is leading or that has made me to do certain further research in this field. The fourth paragraph, you have to talk about your earlier work experience and how that work experience is essential or that has made you to get further education in the same field. You will be using the knowledge for in that profession in future. Next, you should talk about yourself. What are your say about your personality? You can talk here, which kind of person you are, about yourself instead, and those are relevant to this particular field. Those skills of your personality are suitable for this particular profession. So for example, I'm doing innovative work, I enjoy doing innovative work, and which leads to practical application, and that will benefit all the human minds. My ideal vision of career has always been a job that involves creativity, innovation, and flexibility. I am confident that higher education would give me the desired push towards a career in research and an opportunity to do well in my chosen field of interest. Okay, so you talk about yourself, which kind of person you are, what do you like, and how that personality, how those traits lead to select this particular coursework, because you are innovative, you have that sensible mind, you are very interested to do something good in this particular field of education. That's why I'm doing research, I'm doing further getting the I'm applying for this further research and further education. Next, you can talk about why this institute. You have to state the reasons. You must tell the reasons why this institute only, and here how you are capable of how See, you have to talk about your suitability for the course in the same paragraph, that I'm suitable for this coursework, I'm capable and I'm suitable to do that course. That you have to justify in the 5th paragraph. And the last paragraph, why this institute you want, that you have to mention there what can be the benefits you will get out of it. So here he has mentioned, I'm eager to work under the guidance of distinguished faculty of this university. I'm convinced that the facilities in the Department of Education in your university will be very useful for dedicated involvement in the research projects. I believe that graduate program in education in this university will help me reach my goals. So why you are selecting this university? All the detailed reasons you are giving in this last paragraph. Understood this? Below that, below these points, you have to sign, write down your name in bracket, then write down date and write down the place. These points you have to write at the end of your SOP. Signature, below signature there should be name in the bracket. See, this is it's modified block. A few things are written to the right hand corner, but here you can use full block, modified block, anything you can use. So sign and name you can write to the right hand corner, even that will do, because this is the modified block. So I'll just cut it off. So like this you can finish your SOP. And at the top what's mentioned here, you have to write your name, and after the name you have to mention the course you are applying for. Okay, so these details you should mention on your SOP. Understood statement of purpose? If suppose the exam is offline, let me pause this first. So job application letter is written by a candidate who wishes to apply for a post, and when he writes, as she said, that when somebody wants to get a job, the person will write the application letter. Correct, accepted. But there are two types of job application letters. Suppose lecture, if it gets over, please rejoin the lecture. अगर lecture over होता है, rejoin करना है. Okay. So as I have told you, there are two types of letter. One is solicited, another one is unsolicited letter. You can see this on the screen. Solicited and unsolicited, here it's given. So when we write solicited letter, when there is an advertisement by the employer in the newspaper, and when you are writing the application letter, it is solicited letter. आप न्यूज़पेपर में वो एडवर्टीजमेंट पढ़ते हो, वो पोस्ट की, उसके बाद आप एप्लीकेशन लेटर लिख रहे हो, देन इट इज सॉलिसिटेड लेटर. Unsolicited letter, there is no advertisement in the newspaper. You came to know from someone else, through any person, friend, anybody, and without advertisement you are writing this letter. Okay, so this is unsolicited letter of application. There is no information of vacancy through a direct source, but it is through indirect source. So when you are writing the application written by himself, it is called as unsolicited letter. उन्होंने बुलाया, पूछा आपका application letter. They did not ask to write the application letter. Okay, they did not ask you to apply for the post. Still you are writing this application letter because you came to know from someone else, your friend, any employer working there. So this is indirect source. When you get information about that, through an indirect source, and when you write that application without advertisement on your own, you are writing this application to the company, it is unsolicited letter of application. Understood? Solicited letter, unsolicited letter. समझ में आ गया ये डिफरेंस? Okay, now we will continue. Why do you write this application letter? What's your purpose behind writing this letter? Why do you write this application letter? Why? Because you want to provide the details about yourself, na? You want to get the job. So you will provide the details convincingly in your application letter so that they will call you for the interview. So that's why you are writing this letter, so that you will provide your details and they will call you for the interview. Okay. Now what you will write? क्या क्या लिखोगे उसमें? What do you write there in application letter? क्या लिखते हो? All your details, name of yourself, your personal information, your educational details, then say your work experience, all these details you provide. In short, in application letter, in short, you provide the basic detail of yourself. Okay, job application letter is attached, or resume is attached to job application letter. In resume, detailed information you provide. In application letter, a few basic information that can catch the attention of the person. So those things you write in application letter. You see here, it has various functions such as attracting the attention, awakening interest, creating desire, and stimulating action. So these functions are performed by this application letter. Understood this? So, and usually it accompanies, it is accompanied by a resume. Always application letter is attached. Resume is attached to application letter. I have talked about solicited and unsolicited letter. Now, let us understand what's resume. Do you know the meaning of resume? What's the meaning of resume? Resume, biodata, curriculum vitae, these are informative enclosures to the covering letter of application. जो आप ये एप्लीकेशन लेटर लिखते हैं, it is a covering letter, covers important aspects of the resume. So here it is informative enclosure. It is enclosure. Enclosure पढ़ा है ना हम लोगों ने? Enclosure पढ़ा है या नहीं? Enclosure की लिस्ट आती है एंड में, लेटर के एंड में, पार्ट्स पढ़ते समय पढ़ा था. Enclosure. Do you remember that? So this is informative enclosure which is attached to the covering letter of application. Now what are the content? Resume में क्या क्या content लिखना है? What are the things you have to include in the resume? First, there should be title. Now the title can be anything from this. Okay, ये तीन में से आप एक दे सकते हैं. Biodata is, it's very simple form of providing your details. It has a very typical style. Biodata का एक typical style है. Your personal details you provide, then in tabular form your educational details, then your work experience in tabular form. Tabular means table में देते हैं हम लोग. Okay, that is biodata. But biodata now has become outdated. Right now we are using the term resume or curriculum vitae. Now what's the difference between resume and curriculum vitae? Resume, same. A person may not be having that much experience. or a person may be fresher. So resume is compared to curriculum vitae, it's bit shorter. Curriculum vitae is lengthier document. Curriculum vitae में in detail में लिखते हैं, lengthier है because the person has got ample experience and has done many things, many achievements the person has got. So you have to include those achievements, so it becomes a CV. Resume, a fresher or a new employee who has got some information, some experience. So resume is a short document. It can be of 1 page, 2 page. Curriculum vitae can be of 3 pages. It should not exceed 3 pages. So that's the difference between resume and curriculum vitae. Understood? ये क्लियर हो गया आपके दिमाग में, व्हेन टू राइट रेज्यूमे, व्हेन टू राइट करिकुलम वीटा, कब रेज्यूमे लिखना है, कब करिकुलम वीटा लिखना है? यस और नो? यस, ओके. So the time may get over, only 2 minutes are remaining, so we'll just finish this part. We have FC lecture today. I would like to continue this in FC because if I leave this part today, again in the next lecture I have to revise everything. I have to tell what is application letter, I have to tell what is resume and all. So we will finish this application letter and resume today. Will it go? Shall we do that? Okay. Then title can be resume, curriculum vitae. Then you have to provide your personal details. Personal details such as your name, mobile number, your address, email ID, date of birth, marital status. Depends upon which type of resume or biodata or curriculum vitae you are selecting. These details will go. Then educational details, your earlier education that you have completed. Extracurricular activities, you can be a sportsman, you might have achieved, you might be an artist, you might have received certain awards. So those are your extracurricular activities and achievements that you should mention. Then your experience, if you have worked earlier, those details of the company, of the employer, the position you should provide. And your personal interest and hobbies, आपका personal interest, what do you like the most to do, that you have to mention. And the reference block will be there. Reference block is nothing but, see, you have applied there. After interview, if you found promising to them, अगर उनको आप लगते कि नहीं, this candidate can be selected, so there are 2 to 3 candidates in the list, those can be selected. So they have to check whether the person is suitable to work in your organization.